Hello and welcome to Eye on Africa. Your headlines tonight. A manhunt continues for the gunmen behind an attack in Nigeria's Zamfara state. More than 100 people were killed in the northwest since the start of the new year. The Ethiopian government releases prominent political prisoners, including rebel Tigrayans and opposition Oromos. This as the country marks Orthodox Christmas. And it's just 2 days until kick-off for this year's Africa Cup of Nations. Our correspondents in Cameroon bring us a report on the host nation's final preparations. Let's start the show in Nigeria. Dozens of people have been killed in the past 3 days, the result of a surge in violence in the country's northwest regions. Earlier this week, groups of bandits descended on Zamfara state, terrorizing locals by shooting up villages and burning down houses. Separately, unidentified gunmen kidnapped 3 Chinese nationals and killed 2 of their Nigerian colleagues in Niger state. As the first week of January wraps up, France 24 correspondent Sam Olukoya has more on the current security situation in Nigeria.
The killings happened in several villages in Nigeria's northwest Zamfara state. The incidents might be among the worst cases of mass killings by any of the armed groups operating in northwest Nigeria. The armed groups are known as bandits in local parlance. They are very well armed and they operate in large numbers. Those who escaped this latest attack put the death toll at between 50 and 200 people. Witnesses say the attackers came in large numbers, shooting indiscriminately and burning down entire villages. Bandits have in the past attacked villages in the area, killing people at will. Most times, the bandits resort to killing villagers indiscriminately when they stop their criminal activities. The bandits, who operate mainly in northwest and north-central Nigeria, are also behind numerous cases of mass abductions of people, including school children, for ransom. The latest attack comes in the wake of a military operation against the bandits. The police say several bandits have either been killed or arrested. Security sources say the dead include 2 key bandit leaders. Authorities say the military operation has substantially weakened the bandits. But this latest mass killings of villagers is perhaps a worrying indication that the bandits are still capable of inflicting a lot of havoc. The question is no longer whether the bandits have been weakened, rather it is where and when they will strike next. Many Nigerians are getting worried that the bandits are forming close ties with the jihadist group Boko Haram.
Crossing over next to Kenya, investigations are underway after 4 police officers were killed in an attack on their patrol vehicle in Lamu County. That's a coastal region neighbouring Somalia. No one has yet claimed responsibility, but Al-Shabaab militants are known to operate in the area. Earlier this week, Kenya's Interior Ministry announced that a security team would sweep the county for weapons. Let's turn our attention next to LGBTQ rights in Senegal. One of the country's top Sunni leaders has released a statement encouraging all legal means of opposing homosexuality. His words come just days after MPs rejected a draft bill to toughen already strict laws against the LGBTQ community. Currently, homosexuality is punishable with up to 5 years in prison. Cami Nedelec has more.
This anti-LGBT text may have been rejected by Senegalese parliament, but the movement behind it is alive and well. The country is 95% Muslim, and the words of religious leaders carry weight. Words such as the strongly anti-gay statement published by high-level religious leader Serigne Mountakha Mbacké.
We encourage all legal steps that fight against this odious crime and denounce all efforts to defend it.
Parliament voted against a proposed law that would have seen fines and penalties for homosexuality increase over 5-fold to over €7,000 and up to 10 years in prison. Some MPs say the rejected proposal had the backing of ordinary people.
Tout le Sénégal est derrière cette proposition de loi. Il est bon que les États-Unis, il est bon que le Canada, il est bon que la France et l'Europe le sachent. C'est une affaire du peuple sénégalais.
Homosexuality is already punishable by up to 5 years in prison. This against a backdrop of strong anti-LGBT sentiment, such as this anti-gay march in May last year. A 2018 Afrobarometer survey revealed that over 90% of Senegalese people would not tolerate having a neighbour who was gay.
On vit comme des criminels en recherche. On traite mieux les animaux que nous. Là où je vivais, on m'a soupçonné. Je ne pouvais plus continuer de vivre là-bas.
President Macky Sall has repeatedly said in the past that Senegal will never decriminalise homosexuality.
Next to the crisis in Ethiopia's Tigray region, the UN has confirmed that an airstrike hit a refugee camp in the south, killing 2 children and an adult. Meanwhile, the international body is warning that it could halt its aid work in the area soon due to supply issues. Since the conflict began between Tigrayan forces and the federal army, the region has been more or less cut off from the rest of the country, with roads routinely blocked off and both sides reportedly looting and confiscating aid. The UN estimates that less than 12% of trucks have made it to their destination since July. Staying in Ethiopia, authorities have released several political prisoners, including 3 prominent opposition figures and rebel Tigrayans. This after Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed called for national reconciliation. The announcements that came on Friday, which marks the Orthodox Christmas in the country. The holiday is particularly observed in Lalibela in the Amhara region, as it's a pilgrimage site. Despite its religious significance, the town hasn't managed to escape the country's ongoing conflict. Our correspondent Maria Girth Nicolescu travelled there to capture the mood during this year's festivities.
Each year, thousands of worshippers gather around Lalibela's churches for the Orthodox Christmas celebration. But this time, the holiday occurs in a particular context. 1 month ago, this town in the Amhara region was still occupied by Tigrayan rebels. For almost 5 months, residents stayed at home.
Because the Tigrayans were here and because of their actions in Lalibela, we didn't know if we could celebrate. It's very nice to see so many people. I'm happy to celebrate the holiday with such a large number. For our community, this is beyond our expectations.
Lalibela's rock-hewn churches, classified as World Heritage by the UNESCO, usually attract tourists from all over the world. Izene and her husband stayed up until early morning. They traveled from the United States following a call by the government to the Ethiopian diaspora.
We just wanted to see how safe Ethiopia is, and also there are people who are damaged, and the buildings are destroyed by TPLF. So it's gonna take a long time, but we're here to help, like not only one time, like for the future until everything goes back to normal.
The war has damaged parts of northern Ethiopia, but Lalibela was relatively spared. Residents, however, have yet to recover from violent intimidation and shortages of food, electricity, as well as medicine. Life is resuming, but some don't feel like celebrating.
I'm still scared. I'm not feeling happy. There is a rumour saying that they will be back very soon. Around my mum's area, they did many bad things. They were trying to kill my younger brother.
Although Tigrayan forces have left the Amhara and Afar regions, the conflict is far from over. Airstrikes have been reported in Tigray as the region remains inaccessible and is still struggling to survive with little humanitarian aid.
We end the show with the latest on the continent's biggest sporting event of the year, the Africa Cup of Nations. Egypt's national football team has delayed its departure to Cameroon due to COVID cases. The Pharaohs are one of the favourites alongside Senegal and Algeria's teams. Organisers in Cameroon are still busy with last-minute preparations. Our reporters in Yaoundé sent us this report.
Vendors at the Yaoundé Central Market are using vuvuzelas to attract clients. They've displayed jerseys, hearts, flags and other items, announcing Africa's biggest sporting event. This die-hard Lions fan has made her choice.
I bought scarves. I'm also going to buy gloves. I will support my country. I know we will win the AFCON. The AFCON is ours.
About 3 kilometers from the central market, fans have been waiting at sales points to buy tickets for the opening game. At the Yaoundé 2 Council, where more than 1,000 tickets were sold the previous day, demand has surpassed supply.
I've been trying to get a ticket to the stadium for the opening match for 2 days. They just gave me a number, and I'm still waiting. There have been no tickets since this morning. But I know what I need to do to get into the stadium. I need to be vaccinated and have a PCR test not more than 48 hours old.
Across the city, fan zones like this one are being erected for fans who will not be able to go to the stadium. Jacques Ebonge and his team are applying final touches. Once completed, they are expecting to receive about 3,000 people every day.
We're preparing the stage for AFCON. We will show the games here with some entertainment between the games. We're even open on days when there is no game. I expect about 2,000 to 3,000 people here to enjoy the football together.
Excitement for the 2021 African Cup of Nations is gradually building in the city of Yaoundé, where fans are already wearing the colors of Cameroon. The anticipation is expected to reach fever pitch on Sunday when Cameroon takes on Burkina Faso at the opening match.
That's it for Eye on Africa. More international news up next with Monty Francis.